All right. 4-color Enigmatic Incarnation. At the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice another enchantment. If you do, search your library for a creature with converted mana cost 1 plus the sacrificed enchantment's converted mana cost. So this deck is leveraging Omen of the Sea, Birth, Oath of Kaya, alongside this to search up good 3-mana creatures that offer various utility and closing power, and reasonable 4-mana creatures that close out the game in an okay manner. You'll also notice we have a pair of 5-drops here, which has one of my favorite historic lovelies for tomorrow. And Enigmatic Incarnation here, if you have 2 of these in play, they sacrifice each other and get Yarok plus Tolsimir to gain you a bunch of life. Another curve that's really sweet is you play Incarnation on 4, and then you play Conquer's Death on 5, exile one of their things, and then sack the Conquer's Death to fetch up a Dream Trawler. So really big swing, you'll play Conquer's Death, which is already a swing in and of itself, but then immediately turn it into a threat instead of it being a threat 2 turns later. This deck has felt very reasonable against red aggro because of Oath of Kaya, Birth, Uro, and its ability to gain life here at the top end. It felt like it struggled a little bit against blue-white control last time we played it, but there's been a little bit less blue-white running around in the last week or so, which I'm sure means we're about to find mono blue-white control now that I've said that. I think this deck has some objectively powerful things that it has going on, and it's a lot of fun to play, so let's dive back into it. If you haven't seen this deck before, it's one of the many standard decks you can find on my website. I don't think there is, Cody. It's real annoying. You gotta like go back through and check which ones you've done. Yeah, that's what I did too. I made a physical list and checked it off. Or a digital list. So Yarok Field has to wait till the 12th because the unsuspension doesn't happen till the 12th when we get new cards. So there are a couple of the historic decks right at the top of the queue right now in terms of points aren't happening until the 12th. Was that the best draw in my deck? I feel like there's a strong chance that was the best draw in my deck. How is it down 2,100? I thought they closed the markets when it dropped 1,800. Or is that with the projection of dropping more tomorrow? Oh, they're still open. Oh. I thought it was reopened. Okay, well sure. That doesn't sound great. May I ask why you shocked rather than playing the basic? Yeah, because neither the basic and the temple didn't make white mana. So I could Teferi bounce this, but there's only one more planes in my deck anyways, and I want to play Omen this turn and then play this next turn anyway, so I think I'd rather just get my tap land into play now. Oh, it doesn't actually close until a 20% drop? Are we in it to win it? Can we do a 20% drop today? Trump basically always has the biggest and best thing, so I feel like he could have the biggest and best drops that ever happen. Would it be too naively optimistic to say that maybe billionaires and investors losing lots of money due to worry about COVID-19 will convince them that we need public health care? Maybe that'll be the kick in the pants they need to be like, hey, we should make sure we can take care of people so they worry less. That's I figured that's where we were at, but I just wanted to... All right, so I have Incarnation. I have Uro in my deck, but I'm nowhere near escaping him. Knight of Autumn and Deputy of Detention also not stellar here. I think we just Elite Guardmage. We played Dredge in Modern today. Yikes. That's socialist talk. Sorry, fair. $2008 was a 9% drop. Do we Deputy and Pray? Deputy and Pray might actually be the line here. I don't hate that. The economy was the only thing Trump had going for him other than racism. Don't underestimate the power of racism, especially in the South. If they attack with Champion here, I think I'm just blocking with Guardmage. If they want to, like, trade this plus their turn with an Embercleave, I'm okay with that. If they have the +2 attack, I'm a little bit sad, but I think I'm still mostly okay with that. Yeah, we've been expecting the market to fall out for a while now, right? Like, the Trump admin's been doing stuff for short-term games at the cost of longer term, from my understanding. Is it crazy to bounce Bone Crusher Giant? I feel like it's not. Your dad was putting off retirement and just lost over 100 grand. Yeah. Yep. Yikes. Those. Yeah. Ugh. Yes, yeah, I agree the Unode. Weeding out the people who are using the economy as their justification for supporting him will be interesting. Oh, honey. Oh, you're currently playing Hearthstone. Do I do this, right? We just do this. So you get Torbrand back, but that's fine, right? Oh no! Oh no, chat! The reason why I was okay with them getting Torbrand back was because I was gonna play the Incarnation and get Yarok plus Tolsimir this turn. Oh no! I should have known we were gonna draw the Kiki Jiki, chat. Why do we always gotta draw the Kiki Jiki? Is this what's the reference hoisted by our own petard?
I'll protect you.
Not the Kiki Jiki draw. We did this to ourselves. I have no one but myself to blame. That's so incredibly unfortunate. I think we're going to be pretty close to an unlosable spot. And now, like that, that's just devastating. We would have, like, had a 3-5, had a 3-3, killed this and gained 12. What was the percentage on that? I mean, 1 in 43. Drawing the Tolsimir also would have been bad, so we were like 1 in 22 to be sad there. So about like 1 in 4, about like 4 or 5%. Yeah, gosh. Actually just dead. That's incredibly rough. I mean, the good news is they don't know that we're a black deck. Yeah, glass half full. Think we do that. Drag our curve down a little bit. Is the goal. Bring in some extra 3 drops that life gain here. Man, I will say this, as someone who only like really started paying attention to politics in the last 2 years, this presidential election cycle with the Dem primary has really taught me why so many people are frustrated and don't care. Watching people like Cory Booker and even people like Warren to a degree, like rail on Trump, rail on Joe Biden, and then like eventually like endorse him or just be deafeningly silent on the issue is just like really disheartening. There's been a lot of good tweets from Booker. And by good ones, I mean sad ones. Huh? So, since they didn't make anything here, I think I just make a deputy, right? And like take the Tybalt away? Hey, Skunky Blitz, thanks for the 2/3 VR. I appreciate that. Welcome out. Welcome back. Yeah, if Torbrand attacks here, Disfigure could maybe be good. I also shocked for it though, so... Wow. Activate him, a trap card opponent. Turned out pretty okay for us here. We kill that, and then this turns this into a 4-drop. To be clear, an endorsement doesn't mean you unequivocally left, so it means you think they're the best of the options. Yeah, that the point, the reason why it's jaded elusive, I understand that reality. Take a break. I understand what an endorsement means. It's just people who are endorsing Joe who said they have fundamental issues with parts of what Joe Biden represents and what he does, when Bernie very pointedly does not have those same issues. They're people who are cutting deals rather than rather than standing up for what they claim to have believed in very recently. So, in other words, they didn't actually believe what they were talking about. They just felt like saying it as an empty platitude. In my opinion, I really hope I'm wrong about Warren, but in my opinion, if she doesn't endorse Sanders today before the primary tomorrow, I'll probably be tweeting some snake emojis. I haven't done anything like that because I've really wanted to be wrong. I gave her money. She was the first politician I ever donated to. And I feel if she doesn't endorse Bernie at this point, that was a mistake in my opinion. She doesn't. She does. If she's a progressive, if she's a progressive who cares about the progressive values she claimed to care about, she'll endorse the person that represents those values. And this is the worst part about politics. Like, people are like, oh, you're just a toxic Bernie bro. Fuck off. Yeah, give you some toxic. Fuck off. I gave Warren money 6 months before I donated to Bernie Sanders. I really, really wanted her to do well. But you know what? When it came to push came to shove, oh my god, I just stacked that wrong because I was fucking ranting. Forgot we were drawing a card. God damn it. Let's try again. It's so frustrating. Just the worst part of that is don't even do the toxic Bernie bro thing. They just like call you a sexist for saying Warren should be endorsing Bernie or Warren should have dropped. That's just how the fucking math works. I have a degree. I look at the numbers. Warren underperformed in the first 4 states, and she should have dropped before Super Tuesday because she underperformed on Super Tuesday too. And all the moderates that dropped and fell in line behind a moderate, they're standing up for their moderate values. They're aligning themselves. They're putting their values first. Yes, it's about promoting progressive values. I want to make my country better, but not by much. Something like that. Yeah, sure. Thanks for the third of a year, Pocket Change Games. I appreciate that. Sabinite, thanks for the 10 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, the tap land's fine here, right? And we'll bottom this, I think. Birth is not bad. Birth pairs with Incarnation on the same turn. I'm going to keep that there, I think. It's gone ever like, well, we're just starting this deck. Been doing for about 20 minutes. You got another hour or so at least. Maybe actually, it's only 2 o'clock. I might do another deck after this one. Okay, I think I go to like 4 or so today. Yeah, I liked iteration with the Knights. Stalin. I'll be updating the red-black deck's one of the many decks you can find on my website, so whenever you're looking for my latest iteration of that, you can always just pull that up there. So I think my plan here is to... So... do I just like Birth plus Deputy next turn? Just like get rid of these tokens? I could also, at some point, I'm going to Incarnation, turn this into a Knight, kill this. But I'd rather kill this first, or... I have to decide if I'd rather kill this first, or if I'd rather get rid of these 1/1s first. It might be right to kill this first, just so I have Incarnation down a turn sooner. That's probably better. And then next turn, I can turn this. Actually, maybe I sack this turn so that way I can turn this, get an 0-4 out of this. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna kill the Clover first, and then next turn we'll sack this, get Deputy, clean these, and play Dream Trawler, I think is the plan. Yeah, definitely, Fox. I meant to ask you that when you showed up today. Thanks for... let's go ahead and do that. I assume they're going to get rid of our Incarnation here with this. I think I'm supposed to do this and just make Lovestruck Beast not attack me before playing Trawler here. I don't know. Trawler gets card advantage going. I can dig up a list if you want, Fox. And just look at past Jeff. Legacy has Lion's Eye damage. Yeah, it's a good comparison. Good reason why I kept banned there first. LED's a heck of a card. I prepped another deck after this. I have, Temur aggro. Yeah, let's do Temur aggro today, too. I'm gonna play this deck for another hour, and I still have time for another. So I assume we'll see them play a Brazen Borrower here, draw a card with this. I would encourage you to take every piece of media that you consume that has Bernie being... When Bernie was ahead, they project Bernie as being a narrow lead, and when Bernie is behind, they make him out to be some kind of impossible stopgap. And, like, neither of those things, like, Bernie's chances of winning now aren't any different than Biden's before South Carolina. There are still a lot of votes to be cast. You need to understand that anything that's good for Bernie gets downplayed, and anything that's bad for him gets far overstated. Feels like we're dying here. I think the favorite thing, I ended up unfollowing Politico on Twitter today because they tweeted an article, and the article talked about how all the polls were wrong about Sanders in Michigan going into Election Day in Michigan in the primary. and then they talked about how they were wrong in 2016 and Sanders ended up winning Michigan in 2016, and then talked about the conclusion about how their polls this time were right. And just like to have that opening and that conclusion and then like do the same thing again, it's just like, Historically speaking, yeah, I'm definitely willing to do a cut the line dirty digits. Historically speaking, nobody's ever won the first 3 primaries and not gotten the nomination, but no one's also ever won Super Tuesday, from my understanding, and not gotten the nomination. So like, if everyone using precedent and acting like this is just business as usual, it's nonsense, because it's not business as usual by any metrics. Awesome, Kyle. Glad to hear you're getting involved. Feel like we just got buried here. I feel like the last time we played this, the Adventures deck wasn't super popular, and I feel like this matchup has got to be pretty bad for us overall. Their deck has a lot of similar things to what we're doing in terms of card advantage. We have a hard time going over the top of them, and we don't have a ton of interaction for this Clover. Maybe we should just have a giant grip full of Knights of Autumn in the 75. I've only got 2, and we could easily get up to 3 or 4, I think. That might be a good decision after this match. Adjust a little bit since this deck's popular now. So they've got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 mana. Yeah, dirty digits. Cut the line sounds great. Or they're just going to kill us with a fling and a giant. You have 4 knights main. 4 is a little extreme. I think 4 in the 75 is probably fine. 4 or 4 main sounds like a bit of an overreaction. Uro has a hard time attacking through all their ground pounders here, so I think I pull that out. Shifting Ceratops tramples, which is nice, and this doesn't get blocked, which is decent. I don't know if this is really an Aether Guts matchup. I feel like I just want to put these Ceratops in and like try and beat down their door. Maybe Remorse is fine. They don't have a ton of things that Conqueror's Death takes away. All right, we Esper control, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the island here, play Temple in one, I think. Predicting the future relies on past models to remain true. And that's just not something that happens super consistently these days. Huh? I think we just take Fae of Wishes here. Hopefully we don't get run down by these left struck base. I'm going to give you a 10-minute break, Chuck, to take a look at the deck list we're playing. Hold this. Thanks for the biddies, 30 digits. Some Mardu kitties. Sounds good. I appreciate the support digits. Enjoy your whale emote, by the way. BT dubs. Am I supposed to just play this out? Is it too defensive to play this out as a 4-3? Got all our whales in chat. I think I just play this as a 4-3 because I'm going Land Trawler next turn. Want to be able to double block Lovestruck Beast here to stem the bleeding a little bit. If they attack and I double block, they can borrower me, but then they've borrowered before I Dream Trawler, which is a win for me. No, I definitely think we double block into the Brazen Borrower. That rebuys us whatever Enter the Battlefield creatures and gets it out of their hand before Trawler comes down. Hey, Bobby. Untapped land that didn't hurt us there. Fine pickup. This land's going to hang out in the tank for Dream Trawler to protect itself with. The 100k bit badge is the gold whale. The crowns have that. Again, gonna go ahead and double here, because if they want to Brazen Borrower one of these, that means my Trawler gets to attack next turn, which I'm okay with. We could just see them stomp here to trade for the two of them. Aether Gust, that's a little unfortunate. I'm gonna bottom this. Relocate. Thanks for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. Probably dead. Actually, if we draw a Enigmatic or a Deputy of Detention, we stop their Lovestruck Beast from attacking, right? Should be huge. Alright, well, I mean, all things considered. I think I want to play the land there because I'm going to draw a few cards next turn, hopefully. We're going to go down to 4 from this attack. And then hope to pick some gas up. Yeah, they can Brazen pre-combat, but that's only 18 damage, right? So that's still not lethal. Thanks, Soul Bonded. Have a sword. So they have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Lilith, thanks for the tip. Ooh, my dashboard is not refreshing. I'm mad about a lot of things today, so here's a sandwich. I need a timeout if you could oblige. Of course, Lilith. Thank you for the support. So they're going to tap one of these during my upkeep. Again, just looking for a Deputy of Detention here, ideally. We can find that. We might survive here. Omen of the Sea. Omen of the Sea. Omen of the Sea is actually really great here because this means Enigmatic is also a live draw now. And this gives me 3 extra looks at it. This is tapped. So do I keep both of these on top? Draw them both? I think I keep both on top, right? So if I keep both on top, I get a scry 2 draw, whereas if I bottom both, I get a draw. So I see one more card by keeping them both on top, right? Hey, Drax, thanks for keeping me around. Let's get you a sword to go with that shield. Thanks for the 12 months. Swish. All right, and then I actually want to I want to deputy the Lovestruck beasts, not the 1/1s. Because if I deputy the 1/1s and they draw a 1/1, I die. So I wanna take the beasts here, because this way if they kill the deputy, the beasts come back summoning sick. And then if this is a blank, we kill them. If this is Brazen Bar where they live for a turn. Might want to scry on my upkeep. We'll see what they do. Alright, don't gotta scry on the upkeep. Got it. Yeah, even if this matchup's hard, this deck is sweet. I think I want at least one more knight in my 75. Possible, just want all 4. Knight's definitely very good here. I think this is a mulligan. Not only does it need to draw spells, but it also doesn't have all of our colors in it. I'd be inclined to keep this hand if any of these lands made black mana, because then I would just need to draw good spells, but this hand needs to draw both good spells and lands, which means it needs too much. Like this. This hand is kind of weak, but it has all my colors of mana, so I only need to draw spells from here. I don't need a second black. I might need a second blue. This is a 3rd white. 4th white, so we'll get rid of that. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, the deck's got a lot of permutations in it. Being able to identify what your outs are and then play to them appropriately can be tough. I think I'm bottoming that. We're just like looking for a 2 or 3 mana spell to play here. This is definitely a feel smart deck. That's a great emote, Grimes. Again, just like looking for something to do next turn. I would love a second, I would love a 2-drop to play. Or a Deputy of Detention now. Deputy would be good. Rats. Unfortunately, this hand is not looking like it's going to find the help that it needed. Them scrying here implies they don't have a Fertile Footsteps. That's good for us. Okay, Remorse can give us a peek behind the curtain here. If, yeah, Escape the Wilds makes sense. They are gonna have infinite mana next turn. Holy gosh. Are gonna be any basics left in their deck? Yeah, I didn't really... We had Thassa in the original iteration of this deck, and the problem with Thassa is that she's just not a card that's good on her own, and we already have... Oh, they don't have any spells in their hand? Okay. We already have a ton of cards in this deck that aren't individually powerful, so adding another card that's pure synergy-driven doesn't feel particularly good. The Mardu Aristocrats deck is a... The Mardu Aristocrats deck was a Cut the Lion, so it's not in the deck queue at the moment. Digits with the hookup there. Hey, Rulo, thank you for the brand new Prime support. Welcome to Oaklandia. Hope you're having a wonderful Monday wherever you're at. I've had a few new subs today. Remember, if you're looking to talk about Magic and other things after I'm done streaming today, we got a couple more hours yet though. Be sure to pop into the subscriber Discord channel as well. Channels for everything from Magic to anything you can think of just about. Deck building, politics, raid, books, music. There's gonna be... These Fertile Footsteps are gonna create some giants, chap. I suppose the good news is The good news is Questing Beast trades with one of these at least, so we've got that going for us. And then maybe Uro can trip us into something useful. I only got 2 cards in my bin. Yeah, this deck's not super good at escaping Uro. That's why there's only 2 of them. What our deck does, it's just a value deck that has enchantments that sacrifice Incarnation to find other value creatures. I mean, to be fair, it's pretty embarrassing that Splinter Twin's still banned in Modern. So that's probably a card that's going to spike most updates. Yeah, I mean, like, casting the colors-wise isn't really that rough. You can do that pretty consistently in my experience. Getting 5 cards in the bin is more of a challenge than casting it. I don't think I want to trade Questing Beast for Lovestruck Beast with them threatening 2 giants. Gosh, can they just play both giants this turn? They can, can't they? They have 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 mana. Plus 2 more in hand. Definitely not beating Fab Wishes. We might not beat these Beanstalk Giants that are 15/15s. So, you know, really need to draw an enchantment here that we could do something with Incarnation ideally. How about another land? And again, just like kind of talking about like having cards that don't impact the board here. Incarnation's a good example of that this card's very, very good, except when you have nothing else to do with it, right? So like adding too many more cards like Incarnation that don't do anything the turn you play them sometimes is a tough sell. Thassa's like when she's great and pops off, it's really powerful, but there's a lot of games where she just doesn't do much. Kind of been whelmed by Uro. I'm gonna go down to 1 in the main deck, and I'm gonna go up a second Night of Autumn. I don't know that I want to get to the full 4 in the 75. Maybe the 4th of those is better than the 4th Ceratops for now. Let's try that. They all pretty much have Fling in the Wishboard. Let's try another, shall we? Update the Stream Decker. Sure. Hey, Renegade Shep, thanks for the 13 months of support there. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I'm going to bottom the backup trawler here. That's castable. I think I keep that because it's castable. This is my favorite standard deck this set. Nothing more satisfying than exiling something with EDC and then getting a trawler. Yeah, big agree. It's a really big swing. Hey, PCV, thanks for the 16 months. Welcome back. Sure. This potentially propels me into green mana, and it's something to sack to the Incarnations. Hey, Turkin, someone said Hoogleville had a slot open. Usually what we do is, so the way the raid clans work is there's 30 people in them, so I think we have 4 or 5 listed in the channel topic on the Discord. And usually when people are inactive for 5 days, we bump them out. Because the whole group and the clan earns more rewards if everyone plays regularly. Perfect. Just like we drew it up, huh, chat? And hey, we just added another Night of Autumn. So we're going to get to go land Incarnation, turn Omen into Night, kill the Oven next turn. I think there's just like 2 people in chat that are like, yep, we got a spot. Hey, speaking of Mardu aristocrats, maybe a little preview of what we're going to have coming up here on stream soon. If you check the website with some consistency, Fox, I do update the list on my website as we play it on stream too. Something to keep in mind about all those pages. They're not just like MTG Top 8 or Goldfish where the lists get posted from an event and then they get forgotten about. I periodically go through the website and make updates to the lists that are there and take down ones I think might not be good anymore. Oh yeah, I'm a dirty, filthy progressive. Relocate. I saw you look up the command for the subs Discord, the political dark place. There's some good chat there. Was Deputy not better there? Yeah, I'm worried about potential removal. A little bit. This turn's gonna be sweet, chat. So again, when you have 2 5s like this, we get to go ahead and turn these into Yarok plus Tolsimir here. Now, Tolsimir enters. He's going to make 2 wolves, and each of these wolves get to fight 2 things. So this first fight happens second. So I want to fight Nightmare Shepherd first. Oh, I did change the name of it. You're right. And I want to fight Cauldron, I want to fight this second. So I'm going to target that first. Fight it second, target it first. So this will fight the cat. Then it'll fight the Nightmare Shepherd. So worth noting, the target of the fight went away there. So we don't get because the target of the fight went away there, oh, I stacked these wrong. I did it right the first time and I stacked it wrong there. If the fight doesn't happen, I don't think I gain 3 here. Did I cost myself 3 life? I think I cost myself 3 life because this fight, the gaining 3 is contingent on the fight happening, I believe. Oh, I do gain the 3, the fight just doesn't happen. Okay, sweet. Another, yeah, feel free, Prey Weights. Another thing that's sweet interaction in this deck that we haven't seen come up yet. Yarok the Desecrated doubles up Othakaya triggers because it's a permanent entering play. So this trigger resolves second. So I want to target priest first, so that way it dies second, so the priest dying doesn't trigger Celebrant. Getting to highlight some of the neat synergies in this build. Extra Knight of Autumn paying off a little bit here too. This game's probably in garbage time at this point. Feel like they're going to be hard pressed to overcome not only our board, but also like what we have left in our hand. So, I could Teferi pick up Othakaya, but I think I'd rather just stick Dream Trawler here. Because I'm dream trawling. Alright, so Disfigure is probably good here because they're on a Cruel Celebrant build. Knight of Autumn sounds stellar. Uro might be good. Shifting Ceratops seems unnecessary. Questing Beast is good for attacking past their blockers, I think. I think Teferi's kind of medium overall. They can sack their creature, so I don't get to draw a card, and they don't really have any expensive things to tempo with it. Outside of Mayhem Devil, I don't know that they're likely to have a ton of targets for this. I think I want to trim at least one of those. Then I need one more cut here. Maybe I don't want double Uro. I think I want to leave some of this because they do have some targets, and going this into this into this is just really strong against aggro. Yeah, they could also have Elspeth Planeswalker, which this is very good against. Could be main deck even, and if not, likely out of the sideboard. That card's very good alongside they could potentially have Regisaur. That's another good one that Conqueror's Death cleans up. And like Conqueror's Death is like still pretty okay, so it's like lowish cost to leave in. This seems fine. We have all of our colors. It's actually pretty good, right? We fetch Swamp, we shock, we do this, we shock, we do one of these. So like our mana's a little bit painful, but we get to play all of our spells. Awesome. So if they play a 1/2 on 2, I'm gonna fetch a Swamp tapped, and then we'll be able to go tapped land Disfigure. Yeah, Nymfires is sweet. If you haven't seen that deck play out before, there's definitely a video of it up on my YouTube channel. It's definitely one we've hit on in the past. I think we just kill that right away. That's an excellent draw. So if we draw untapped land as our draw step next turn, we'll get to go Incarnation into this, go get a 2/3, gain some life. If we miss on the land drop, we can get Omen of the Seas to try and find it. Although if they play Oven here, I might just Knight of Autumn. Land? I think I'm just gonna play the red-black deck. I like the gameplay patterns of that one the most. The important thing to understand about things like the MCQ is that Magic has such an incredible amount of variance that even if you play what's a tier 1 deck, you're probably going to lose most of your matches. So you might as well play something you enjoy. The Titan deck. I'm not a big fan of the red-black Aristocrats deck. Feels too linear. Its good draws feel good, and its average draw feels kind of mediocre. I felt like the red-black Aristocrats deck kind of falls into the same camp as Gruul aggro, and that is just like doing worse things than mono red. It's like fighting in the same lane but doing worse at it. Huh? I already drew a Yarok, so that means there's only 1/5 in my deck, so I definitely don't want another one of those, I don't think. Go grab Knight of Autumn and eat the oven here. Knight of Autumn also trades cleanly for this Woe Strider next turn if they play that. Well, I guess they do have enough cards to skip it back or close to it. Once we put the oven in there. Okay. Harsh but fair. No blocks on the 1/1, that's for sure. If we draw an untapped land, we'll probably just jam Yarok so we can double up these other things. I guess we just do this. It's sad we couldn't Yarok first because, like, Yarok would double up Omen. Gosh. Is there room for Omen of the Sea in Yarok Field? I feel like I should probably test that, huh? It's like a fine 2-drop that, like, also just, like, gets doubled up by Yarok. Is it better than Gross Pile or Thought Erasure? I don't know. Honestly, Thought Erasure is probably worse than Agonizing Remorse in that deck. Yeah, Field of the Undead is going to be unsuspended in Historic on Thursday. And Oko, Once Upon a Time, and Veil are banned. If you didn't see the ban list update, you can find a link to it along with my takeaway from it on my Twitter page there. We've played that in the past, Naya, and I think the power level tends to be a little bit on the low side. I think the big issue is that it tends to be a deck with a lot of synergy cards in it that are individually just kind of weak. Yeah, or like Watery Grave plus a Blast Zone. There's a lot of colorless lands in the Yarok deck. I think we're just like Deputy or Woe Strider. They'll probably sack it. And then we'll go land Othakaya, the other Woe Strider. You do not get more wild cards from the ban. So you only get wild cards if you've never gotten them before. So if you got wild cards when those cards were banned out of Standard, you will not get them again for them being banned out of Historic. Glad we have this in hand. Awkward that I don't have another green source, he said before drawing one. Actually, I have enough cards in my bin to escape this bad Mamma Jamma next turn. That's exciting. You craft Oko right now, are they free? I don't know the answer to that. They're also, like, not legal in any formats on Arena. I guess maybe they could be at some point in the future, but that would kind of surprise me. It's a low upside play. It's low upside play. You know what seems silly to me? Is there a reason Oko needed to be banned in Brawl in general and not just banned as a commander? Is that, because that feels like a place they could have him be legal. Like, having him be a commander seems aggressively silly. But, like, do they need to ban him as being, like, a one-of in your deck? Do they have Brawl on MTGO? Technically, I think Brawl exists on MTGO. Genuinely don't know offhand. Want to leave Yarok in here because there are Conqueror's Deaths in my bin. Oh, don't you worry. I have a response on my Twitter to no bans in Pioneer also. I got you, fam. So unfortunately, we don't gain life from this. They're going to sack the Celebrant to Woe Strider in response here. So I never deal the damage, so I don't get any life. My escape card's bigger than your escape card. My escape card's bigger than your escape card. Neener, neener, neener. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. The hubris. Oh no. Oh, what have we done? We tried so hard and got so far. But in the end, it doesn't even matter anymore. Oh no, my poor firstborn chat. He deserved so much better. Yeah, Day 9 has played the Black Red Titan deck on stream a couple of times, and I think I saw Darby playing it. The massacred my boy. There's only 5 cards in my bin right now. I guess I'm keeping these. And we're gonna go ahead and Conqueror's Death, the Woe Strider. Okay. Yep. So that block means I can Uro this turn. Right? There's 6 cards in here. Let's do this to start and see where we get. If I draw Othakai as my best possible hit here. Knight of Autumn is not good enough because I don't have another green source, and I have to shock for this one. So we're hoping for an Othakaya or a Deputy of Detention here. Oh, we're actually dead on board, right? Because they have Woe Rider in their bin. They escape Woe Rider, make a goat, and then sack their board and kill us. Oh no, they were a card short, weren't they? Were they short? They might have been short one. No, I don't know. It's gonna haunt me, chat. It said 4, right? But that included the Woe Rider. They were short, right? Yeah, I think they were 1 short. They might have been lethal with an attack because I have to block. Now I'm gonna have to go count. It's raining, chat. At least it's not freezing rain anymore, huh? It's been like, supposed to be like 50 degrees all week here in Cornlandia. Black-White Aristocrats was awesome. Easy deck of the day yesterday. And by yesterday, I mean Friday. What day of the week is it? If you're not familiar with my favorites deck page on my website, it's the key to finding the best of my content. I think I keep this. You got me all excited that it might have actually been Tuesday today. I want it to be like Wednesday morning so I can either be incredibly excited about Tuesday voting results or incredibly depressed. I need an emotional swing. It's going to be one direction or the other, chat. I just don't think Gray Merchant's very good. Gray Merchant's a card that, like, you have to have a big board state for it to be useful, and this really isn't a big board state format. This is a format where games are usually decided long before your board state gets developed. Yeah, like, this format has a lot of pseudo combo decks in it. Untapped lands. Well, I get 3 more shots here. Yeah, I think those are keeps. This lets me go Disfigure plus Omen next turn and try and have more chances to hit a land drop. Not looking great for us here. I think I just Knight the Oven. I don't know. I really need to hit a land drop, right? Like if I don't get to cast my spells on curve here, the game is over. Just spending too much mana to get set up though. Devil was kind of like a worst case scenario pickup there for us, just because like it was a threat that we can't disfigure. Okay, so that's nice. That means that they don't have another cat or creature they want to sacrifice. We get to disfigure and kill this now at least. I think this is worth doing here. Doesn't Aristocrats have the same problem though? No. It's not trying to play a 5-mana spell. My body is ready to get like Noxious Grasp here and curl up into a ball and cry. Yeah, I agree, Dallas. The play to win line is get Yarok down here and then take them to town. Holy gosh, that just worked. This is wrong, then I don't need to be right, chat. You love to see it. I am my body is super ready for Yarok field, chat. Yeah, you ready for these reds to make tutus? I know I am. You know what's better than one naturalize? Two naturalizes. Make sweet love to me, Daddy Yarok. Oh, Daddy Yarok, you know just what I like. GG! Nom 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 nom. Oh, nom 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 nom. That's just the, you know, casuals gain 18. Casual gain 18 against the aggro deck. No big deal, chat. No big. Somebody stop, he's dead already. I was thinking about playing one more, but like I kind of like ending on a high note with decks, so feel like that one's pretty good. We made a couple of small changes here that I think made sense. We went up to a second Knight of Autumn in the main, and we got the third and fourth Knights in the sideboard. I think that's a good swap, not only with Teamer Adventures, but also Cat Oven that's been running around, so I think I'm going to update the list on the website to be this variation here. Again, if this is the first time you've seen this deck before, after we're all done streaming today, you should definitely check out my website and click Standard Decks at the top. This and lots of other gems hiding up there with current deck lists that I update a few times per week, as well as videos of me playing them. We are going to wrap up things today with a Mardu Aristocrats deck that we had to cut the line for. I'm going to go ahead and hit a quick ad roll while we get set up and flipped over to that one. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Thanks for hanging out today, folks. Don't go anywhere. Yeah, Uro sounds potentially good.